Hello beautiful beings. Today I'm going to show you how to give just a regular looking notebook that you get from the Dollar Tree, Walmart, a cheap one, wherever, facelift. Okay, we're going to start with the back cover. I'm going to push this all the way in to the spine. I'm going to make sure it's really pushed in. And you're going to leave just a little bit down here just in case, because you can always cut it off. But you're going to leave just a little bit right here, just in case you make a mistake on measuring it. And you're going to make sure it's pushed in nice and tight. And you're going to flip it over like this. Make sure it's still against the spine. Then you're going to mark it with a pencil, like so, and like so, the sides. You're going to take this out, then you're going to cut it nice and straight on that line, like so. Find a line and cut it straight up, right in that line. And again, this is going to be for back. And I already have one cut out for the front cover, inside front cover. And then we're going to use this for the full cover. And what I did is I took some cardstock and lined it up as perfect as I could. Then I made a slit right there, like that. And we got to do is cut that down. But first, I'm going to show you how to do this. Glue these down. You're going to need Mod Podge and a brush. And I have the big container of Mod Podge. I'm going to take vanilla Mod Podge, and I'm going to apply glue to this. Lots of glue, just like so. Carefully, you don't do it too fast because it will splash all over the place. Really just need a thin layer, but you want to make sure you cover the corners and the edges really, really good. All around. Like so. You can really use any paper. And seeing this is white because tissue shows through, you can even put tissue paper down if you want. Just remember, tissue paper you can see through, so whatever you put it on, you will see whatever you're gluing in the background of it. Right. And always have a napkin to wipe your fingers so you don't get it on the rest of the book. Right, now, what I'm going to do is line this up on the top and the bottom and push that against the spine and make sure it's lined up on the top and the bottom. Again, I'm going to wipe my fingers off because I don't want glue on the front of it. Just going to push that in before we fold it over and check it. Make sure it's lined on the top and the bottom. It might be a little crooked. Again, I'm showing you, and then just push down. Keep pushing down. And if you screw up here, I can show you how to fix that later. All right. And then we're gonna let that dry. Make sure you do the edges really good. Push down on them really, really good. Make sure it sticks. You don't have any problems later on. Now we're going to do the front. And this one, same thing. Corners, when you do the corners, make sure you're not doing it really fast where it splashes off, because it will splash behind you onto other stuff. I just splashed it on my outfit. That's okay. Just wipe it off quickly. We don't need no Mod Podge clothing. Alright, we got that all good. Now we're going to do the bottom. Like so. Make sure I got this going the way I want it. Yes, this way. Wipe off the other hand, get the glue off. Fold the book over. It helps if you put this up so you can push that in to the seam, like so. And now the bottom, see how the bottom's not lined up? So now I gotta pull that down, and I gotta hurry because Mod Podge likes to dry quickly. No, I'm still missing the bottom, so I'm going to push it down a little bit. Come over here and look, see if it's lined up. It is. See how it's lined up on the bottom? You can just cut that off. So that's pretty good. Close the book if you want. Push this way too. But I like to push the other way. So we're going to hold this up. I'm going to push that down really good to make sure it sticks. To this corners really good. Oh, close book. Like so. And then when it's drying a little bit, just take this. And if you don't have a cutter, you can just draw with a ruler right up so it's... If I put it on this side, I could see it better because I don't want to put my head in front of the camera. So I'm just going to cut it because I can see the crease over here. Voila. Alright. Like I said, if you don't have a cutter, you can use a ruler. Alright, but you're going to have to trim these out first, so we're going to do the back first. Move that out of the way so anything that has glue on it don't stick. And I'm going to move you down so I can sit down to do this so it comes out even. Again, I'm just push it down and make sure it's stuck nice and good. I'm going to go to the back page, take our book, this, and then go right against the book. Very easy. Just go right up, just like that. Right against the book. I just got the book a little bit, but try not to do that. That's right. I'm going to cover that up. Wish I had to cover that up later. The side. This one will be a bit easier. Maybe. Got a little bump right there. Just get as close as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I got the book again, but that's okay. And then up there, I don't have to trim really at all because I got, see that? So that's coming off right there. So we're just going to take take a little bit of Mod Podge and push it down like that, and then wipe our fingers off. Get our scraps out of the way so they don't stick to the book. Flip this over. Take this, push it down again. Then I'm going to flip this over and do this one. Again, on this one, this is pretty fairly good. There's a little ravelly because my cutter blade's getting like, needs replaced. It's really old. There we go. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to try to make sure it's even this time. There we go. Just cut the edges off like so. Up on the edge, so I want to make sure I'm up. I'm just putting it all the way up, right up there, because that's sharper on the scissors. My scissors, anyway. Get the scraps out. Now, same thing with the cover. Figure out which one you want. Cover. You want that. Like if you have a pattern like that, you don't want it on the cover, you want it on the back, not the front. But I think that looks fine. So we're gonna line this up. I'm gonna have to go back up. I'm gonna have to go back up. See what I'm doing. I'm gonna line this up like this to the edge. And it doesn't matter, this part don't matter because we cut it in half and it did line up with the book. So we're just gonna line this up, cut it. I'm gonna cut that nice and straight. Again, you can use a ruler if you would like. And that was for that. And now I'm gonna do this side. Same thing. Just lining this right up to the edge. Like so, to make sure. You can't really see that, can you? Here, I'll move it down here. I'm just lining it right up to this edge. If you can see a little bit sticking out, because I can always cut that off if I need to. It's just right, you can see it coming out just a little bit. And I'm going to take my pencil, draw a line against the book. Alright, I'll cut it off. No, we don't want to do that side. That wasn't even straight. So I'm going to keep the scissors straight and go straight up. Straight up. There we go. And you just figure out which design, if you have an extra one you want, on the front or the back. And I'm going to pick this for the front. So I'm going to glue that down on the front. Corners real good, and the sides again. Those are very important. If you're putting a thin coat on like I am, you kind of got to work fast so the Mod Podge don't dry. Like that. I just keep repeating it on the edges because I want to make sure they stick down good. There we go. This one's going to be for the front. And I want the gold on the bottom. That one. So I'm I'm gonna wipe my fingers before I do anything, because look, I got Mod Podge all over me. All over me, and I don't want it on top of my cardstock. So I'm gonna push that all the way. Let's see that. All the way to the edges. I can lift the book up to make sure. And don't glue your pages. Don't glue your pages. Again, I'm gonna line it up on the bottom. I'm gonna come up and look. See, this is why you wipe your fingers off. See that? That's dry Mod Podge. That's why you want to wipe your fingers off. Because if you don't, it gets stuck. Right, I'm pretty sure I got that lined up. So we're just gonna keep pushing down. On the edges. Like so. And then we're gonna lift it to make sure it's not stuck on the pages. And it's not. And we just have a little bit that we're gonna have to trim off. But we're gonna let that dry before we do that. And that's okay. Because we're gonna use some fabric for the spine. So it's all good. It's all good. Right. I can't stress how important it is to make sure it's really glued down on the sides. Now, I'm going to do the back. This one's going to go on the back. I think I might do it this way so some of that gold shows up. Again, corners. Make sure they're really covered with the Mod Podge. Even a nice layer of it all the way through. This will just get you started on decorating journals, and then we will eventually start making journals. But I wanted you to get comfortable doing this first, because you can do it. Don't think about it, just do it. When you think about something, the more you stop yourself from doing it. So just go get a notebook that you want to recover, give it a facelift, and grab some papers or napkins. You can see through napkins too, or tissue paper. Just remember, you're going to see the background if you put them down. Or if you have a favorite piece of paper you didn't know what you wanted to use it for, this would be it. If you like this idea. All right, again, I'm going to use my napkin. And I'm going to make sure I'm down to the sides, each side, this way. In the top, in the corners, because I always cut that off. I just want to make sure they're lined up. And I'm going to push, push, push. Especially around the corners. I see right here we're going to have to cut some off. That's okay. That's okay, and then we're going to open it to make sure we didn't glue nothing together, and we didn't. But that's why I always leave just a little bit of an edge sticking out, just in case you make a mistake and don't line it up when you glue it down. That way you can just cut it off and you're safe. Again, this does not matter. When you open it to check, just push it back down, because we're going to put a binder cover around there. And we're going to be using some fabric. So if you have some fabric, if you got this far, find that fabric for the next video. And I will show you how to do that. But until now, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll start the next video by cutting the edges off here to show you. But the reason why I'm going to wait is because I want this, when you open it up, as you've seen it, it comes off. I want to let this dry. Please like and subscribe, and have a wonderful everything.